Sculpt layers overview. So sculpting layers allow us to organize our sculpting and combine different forms and details in a non-destructive nature, which is a lot easier than not using layers. Because if you make a mistake without layers, it's hard to fix. So we want to come over here to our Layers tab. So I want to make sure we're in the Layers tab. We create new layers by using the Layers button. Here I've created 3 different layers. So I can come in here and I can turn off the veins. And I could turn off the pimples. I could turn off the hook nose. So I could put things on as I go so it maintains the sculpted elements separate from one another. So it allows us then to manipulate these things, and I can change then whether I see it or not. I could also change the strength of these things. If I come down and say, oh, I want it to be a lot smaller, or I want it to be a little bigger, so I can change the strength of it and whether I see it or not. And this allows us to adapt in different directions in our art form. So I can come along and say, oh, I want to go with the hook nose. No, I don't. And I don't have to remodel anything. I don't have to bring its nose back to normal if I didn't do it on a layer. So these are very, very useful in creating layers when we're sculpting. So it allows us to adapt to our different art direction. We can split a surface then into different details for different shaders. So we can place a shader onto the separate channels for the skin or the warts or the scars or whatever it may be. And we can explore different directions. I'd say, oh, maybe I want to put a scar on here. Well, I can go up and add a scar, and I'll come in here and I'll just say it's a scar, and I can explore then different possibilities and not have to worry about ruining my other model. So I can explore different design opportunities. I can blend between multiple versions of the object. So I can have them on separate layers, and I can then use that to pose them and add details to different layers. I can flatten those layers into one layer if I wish, or I can extract that work out into a normal or displacement map. But a sculpt layer is tied to the subdivision level. So when we come up and we go to mesh, we've created a certain subdivision level, and right now these are on level 3. You can see over here where they're on level 3. The minute I go to level 4, I cannot use these layers. The layers are tied to that level. I can only modify the layer when that subdivision level is active. Okay, so if I came up here and I said, oh, I want to go to mesh and add a new subdivision level, I'm on level 4 now. You see I can no longer use these at this time. I have to create a new level on the 4th level. I might want to call it subtle details or something like that as a layer. But if I want to go back to use these, I just have to come back to my display and step a level down, and now I'm back on level 3 again. Now I'm able to use these sculpting layers on that particular level. So, sculpting layer overview, it's important that we use sculpting layers all the time while we're designing our organic mesh model.